Okay, so it's been a crazy week in the country. It's been a crazy week, the elections and everything. But thank God the elections are over. And while we're waiting for the announcement of, so many results, I'm coming from so many states. Let's just, try to get our mind a little bit away from politics and then look forward to the Super Eagles of Nigeria up against Guinea-Bissau on Friday. But quickly, before I get to the game, now let's talk about the call-up because I personally have an issue with some of the players that have been called up. And again, I have issues with what is happening in the Super Eagles camp. And again, what Jose Pesero supposedly is saying. Firstly, you have goalkeepers like Adebayo, Adele that should have been given a call up to the national team. But he was not given a call up. I don't know for reasons best known to them. And they decided to go with the under 20 goalkeeper at the just concluded African Cup of Nations, which Senegal won. Okay, fast forward to the call outs for defenders. Daniel Bameyi, for crying out loud, what is Daniel Bameyi doing in that list when we have other players that should have been given an invite to the Super Eagles setup? Come to the midfield. It's laughable. We have the likes of Wilfred Ndidi, who just started again for Leicester City the last time out in the Premier League. Apart from that, he's been a bench warmer, more like making what I call cameo appearances. Injury has not really helped him, and his form has not been, the best of it. Then you have Frank Onyeka, who has found limited game time at Brentford for a while. You also have Alex Iwobi. Like, we're not going to doubt Alex Iwobi is a regular for Everton, so he's out of the equation. You have Joe Aribo, who is also a bench warmer at Southampton. And these guys are supposedly supposed to be, the best of the best for the national team. Obviously, Wilfred Ndidi is going to start that game. Alex Iwobi is supposed to start that game, but I do not know if the Super Eagles of Nigeria, Jose Pesero, will be playing a double four, or we're just going to have Wilfred Ndidi sit, just in front of the defenders to just help, the defense and everything. It's all the choice of Kenneth Raw. I'm sorry, Jose Pesero. Now, come to the attacking setup of the Super Eagles. I'm super happy with what we have there. As much as some of the players there are also bench runners, but at least it's better than what we have in the midfield. Yes, it is better than what we have in the midfield. You have, one of the hottest strikers in Europe right now, in the world right now, Victor Osimhen, and this guy is on fire. Now, I just hope that the same way he's dishing out, the goals and assists for his Italian club, Napoli, is also going to be the same thing we're going to be seeing in the Super Eagles team. But I do not want us to get our hopes up. You know why? Because in the Napoli setup, you have where every department is working. You have where the defense are doing the job. You have creative midfielders. You have people that are giving him the ball and everything, helping him score the goals. If he's not going to get that kind of, service from the Super Eagles side, it's going to be an issue for him to score the goals. So let's not really get our hopes up, but let's just hope that at the end of the day, having Victor Osimhen there is just going to be a huge threat for, Guinea-Bissau. Then you have, Ademola Lookman for Atalanta. He has also been in fine form. You have Terry Murphy, Moses Simon, you have Samuel Chukwueze, you have Kelechi Iheanacho, who has been making, few starts for Leicester City and also coming up from the bench, playing a part for Leicester City. So going on forward, I think the Super Eagles of Nigeria are good to go. But when we do not have creativity in the heart of the midfield, I just don't know how we expect the magic to happen for the likes of Kelechi Iheanacho, for the likes of Victor Osimhen to get the goals in the back of the net. So that is for the call-up for the national team. Fast forward to the whole, issue about rotation policy. And I'm like, God, I can't even imagine. Is the job of, backroom staff of the national team a part-time job? I think this is a question which the NFF needs to give us an answer. Is it a part-time job? Because according to reports, a lot of persons are suggesting that the likes of Ike Shiromu, the goalkeeper trainer, and again, the likes of Finidi George, the Enyimba coach, who serves as the first assistant to coach Jose Pesero, have been sacked. But then NFF are coming to say, no, it's a rotation policy. And I'm like, is it a part-time job? Being in the NFF, being in the Super Eagles backroom staff, is it a part-time job? If it's a part-time job, how is the payment made? And Ike Shiromu coming out to say that they've not been paid for 9 months and they've not been officially given a contract. Well, at this point, I'm like, okay, what else are we not going to hear in the NFF setup? What else are we not going to hear? It keeps on making our football look like mockery. But I'm of the opinion that this whole distraction is not coming at the right time for the Super Eagles, considering the fact that this doubleheader against Guinea-Bissau, who are sitting second on the log on 4 points, we get 6 points from them. We're through to the next, we're through to the AFCON next year in Cote d'Ivoire. So we just need all the concentration we can get at this point. So the little distraction coming as a result of the rotation policy. Now you're doing a rotation policy, but you've actually called in the under 20 goalkeeper trainer coach as a replacement for Ike Shiromu. Doesn't really make sense. Come out straight and say you don't need your services, but at the same time, why don't you pay them for the 9 months they've given in their effort to make sure that the Super Eagles of Nigeria probably will get to where they are, or probably have the shape they're having right now? I don't know about you, but I can't remember the last time I watched the Super Eagles of Nigeria and I felt so happy with what was obtainable. I can't remember the last time I watched the Super Eagles of Nigeria and I felt happy with their performances. I don't know. I just don't know. Just, a few days back or yesterday, England added Hasselblanc to the backroom staff of Gareth Southgate because they understand that, okay, it is not a one-man job to coach a national team. He needs to know all the advice, all the suggestion he can get because, sitting there, he would be under pressure. And there are things he might not point out. That is why you have the match analyst, you have the assistant, you have this, everybody working in their own capacity, trying to make sure that the team wins. If you're trying to cut down costs, now the big question is, which costs are you cutting down? Which costs are you cutting down? These guys are not being paid and you're still trying to cut down costs. Like, it doesn't really make sense. But anyway, let's just concentrate on the game on Friday. The Super Eagles of Nigeria at the Abiola, Stadium in Abuja will taking on Guinea-Bissau. 5 p.m. is the time for that kickoff. We're rooting for the Eagles. We're looking forward to seeing beautiful football. Like, it's not just about winning games. I'm looking forward to see beautiful football. The Eagles keep the ball on the floor, pass the ball around, creativity in the midfield, Victor Siemens scoring, Lukman scoring, Sharon Murphy, Moses Simon, Samuel Chukwueze, all of them bringing everything they've been doing for their respective club side to the national team. That is what I am looking forward to on Friday. I just don't want a boring game from the Super Eagles of Nigeria. It's a doubleheader. They get the job done in Abuja, and then a few days later, they'll travel to get the job done, away from home. It's a game that the Super Eagles of Nigeria must win. Any failure from Jose Pesero not to win that game, it's so certain that he might not even continue in that capacity as the national team gaffer. Enough is enough. We want to see creativity coming from the Super Eagles of Nigeria. We want to see free-flowing football coming from the Super Eagles of Nigeria. And we want this whole rancor to stop. Come on straight and say, okay, this is what is obtainable and this is what is not obtainable. And until we understand that football is business in Nigeria, we will keep on making so many mistakes. But anyway, until I come your way next time, hopefully with a good result coming from the Super Eagles of Nigeria, all you need to do is subscribe, like, share, and comment. And please turn on your notification button and tell your friend to tell your friend to tell your friend that we are, moving away from club football to national team football because this is, international, window. So we're going to look at so many things happening, so many things, but with particular interest on the Super Eagles of Nigeria because I'm keenly going to watch the game against Guinea-Bissau on Friday. Yes, because it's going to determine what will happen in the return leg. It's going to determine how well Jose Pesero is doing with the team and what we expect coming from the Super Eagles. So crying out loud, now taxpayer money that they use to pay Super Eagles of Nigeria. So they need to be accountable to us. We need to see them wear that jersey, play with passion. We need to see the passion, the fire in them. That is what we want to see from the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Thank you very much.